In the year 356 BC, the state of Qin began to become powerful after Duke Qin Xiaogong appointed Shang Yang to reform the state's legal system.
春秋战国时期呢，战国各个国家互相打仗，人民也需要统一。那孟子说了，五虎定，你怎么能统一呢？怎么能安定呢？定于一，天下的人心所向呢，需要统一。那么光有这个愿望不行，如何来统一呢？那就要废除旧的政治制度，实现新的政治制度，那就是废除分封制，实行郡县制。哪个国首先做这个工作的呢？是商鞅变法，秦国。
After Shang Yang instituted political reforms in the state of Qin, the hereditary rights the nobility had enjoyed were abolished, and all rewards and punishments were based on military accomplishments.
在天下上有功的当官，无功的呢，不在天下打仗的，但是在国内，在行政机构有功有劳，天下上叫功，后方的也有功劳的叫劳。 凡是有功有劳的呢，提拔了当官，这些人就代替了旧贵族。这是商鞅的政治改革的根本的一条。
In the 100 years following Shang Yang's legal reforms, the state of Qin rapidly became the most powerful of the warring states. Its army was known for its incomparable valor, and all the other states were intimidated by it. In the year 221 BC, the king of the state of Qin unified the country, ending the division of the nation that had lasted for centuries. With that, the first centralized feudal empire in Chinese history, the Qin dynasty, was established, and the nation's ruler called himself Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor. The territory that Qin Shi Huang unified covered 3 million square kilometers. At the time, it was the largest country in the world. The unification had created a country of unprecedented size, and the question of how to go about governing and administering it was a difficult one to answer. After numerous court officials offered their opinions, in the end, the Qin court discarded the system of fiefdoms that had been in place since the Zhou dynasty and had divided the country into 36 prefectures. These prefectures were further divided into counties, which were in turn divided into townships and villages. All prominent local, military and civilian officials were responsible to the central government, and the positions were not hereditary. What took shape in the time of the Qin dynasty was a unified country under a central government. It was a political system that later dynasties would regard as a model, and eventually it evolved into the system of provinces and prefectures still in use in China today. During the Warring States period, each state had its own currency, and the size and shape of the coins differed from state to state. After unification, Qin Shi Huang ordered that the currencies of the 6 conquered states be scrapped, and that a new universal currency system based on Qin currency be adopted. At the same time, Qin Shi Huang instituted a universal system of weights, measures and standards, also based on the Qin system. Archaeologists have uncovered a complete copy of Qin Shi Huang's decree promulgating this reform of measures and standards, and the tools to be used. In the field of transportation, Qin Shi Huang decreed a standard track width for carts. The earliest form of written Chinese developed during the Shang and Zhou dynasties, and the words were originally all written in the same way. But as the writing system evolved during the Spring and Autumn period and Warring States period, in many cases the same word ended up being written differently in different parts of the country. Qin Shi Huang decreed that the style of writing known as seal writing style be adopted throughout China. This unified writing system was to play a huge role in strengthening the unity of the Chinese nation. In 215 BC, the Qin general Meng Tian led an army of 300,000 to take control of the Yin mountain range and the plains to the south. In order to strengthen the country's northern border, General Meng Tian built the largest military fortification in the country's history, the Great Wall. The western starting point of the Great Wall is in present-day Minxian County, Gansu Province. From there, the wall stretches more than 5,000 kilometers eastward into the Liaodong Peninsula. Construction of the Great Wall began in the Qin dynasty but continued on through the Han and later dynasties. It would become one of the great wonders of the world and a symbol of the enterprising spirit of the Chinese people. But the great construction projects of the Qin dynasty are not limited to the Great Wall. A few years after beginning construction on the Great Wall, the Qin court began building a road more than 700 kilometers long. This ancient highway runs north and south from present-day Shanxi deep into Inner Mongolia. Half of this road runs through mountains and half across plains. When it was built, it was the longest state road in the world, yet this massive project was completed in just 2.5 years. It is truly an historical wonder. In the year 220 BC, the chief minister of the Qin court advocated building a road eastward to Shandong and then south to the lower reaches of the Yangtze River. It was to facilitate the high-speed travel of the time, and as such, it was to be the world's first superhighway.